Greetings, this is Dr. William Hobbs, Director of the Virginia State University Writing Center. I am here with the one, the only Eden Lampkin, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Yes, she is a senior here, and she does wonderful work in the Writing Center. You heard me, senior in education. She's about to graduate. I'm really emotional right now, but I'm holding it all in. I'm telling you, a lot is going on right now. But I was determined to have her commemorate her time here on this wonderful university campus with this particular episode, this podcast, if you will, regarding outlines. Eden, care to share?
So today we're going to be going over outline for essays, which is a very big structure when you're in your writing process. And a lot of people do need help on, so that's completely fine, and we're here to walk you through it.
There you go. All right, so the first aspect of starting your outline, what is that about? What's going on with that?
Well, first you got to go into why you use an outline.
Why do you use an outline?
Well, when you first start a paper, you have a million thoughts going through your head. You have either two different professors, one that gives you a strict topic to go on, and you have 1,000 of resources to use, or you have a professor like the one sitting next to me that lets you creative write and lets you pick your own topic, and that's even more creative process you have going on. But an outline, main reason is to help you organize those thoughts and put them in the right way before you start your rough draft. So this is a pre-rough draft process. Pre-rough
draft. Now, also, as you can see, we're using the green screen. We're taking it to another level with the podcast. So, that's just how we do around here. Yeah. Okay.
But I think also another main fact is that it saves a lot of time in the writing process. Instead of you just writing down, erasing, writing down, you could where you're writing stuff mixed up. It's really just going to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the first part of the outline?
The first part is the intro.
The intro. Someone had told me that there's a certain way to look at the intro. You could break it down into different parts, if you will. Your thoughts on that?
Well, since a lot of people struggle putting the intro in the correct order, I created, with the help of my fellow tutors last year, create a way to help you remember, sort of like remembering north, east, south, and west, never eat soggy waffles. We've created a different way using Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
So breaking it into simple terms, with the intro, you have the hook, the background information, and then you have the thesis. So in easiest terms, starting with the hook. The hook grabs readers' attention. The way I sum it up is like when you go to read an article and you see the title for like a magazine, or you're just scrolling online and it says, I don't know, 20 Teslas caught on fire while driving into the mall. That's going to grab your attention, right? That's what the hook should do. Essentially, it should make you, your reader, your professor, whoever's reading your paper, be like, oh, I want to read this.
Hooks you in.
Hooks you in. So that would be Kelly.
Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, Kelly is the hook. Hey, a lot of people sleep on Kelly. Trust me. She's the bomb. She's the truth. Don't get it twisted.
Then we move to background information. With that, it should be at least 1 to 2 sentences on whatever your topic is. May that be a poem, a research topic. You need to let people know what they're at least getting into before you get to the thesis. And I would say that's the glue of this paragraph. It really helps it transition well. That'd be Michelle.
You know good and well, Beyonce is not the background of anything. So you knew this was Michelle. Don't play.
Thank you, Beyonce.
I mean, bless her, Michelle, and your little whispery lyrics. Or whatever. It has its place. We love you.
But you are amazing in your Broadway show, Death Becomes Her.
There.
I heard it was amazing. I plan to go see it this summer.
Okay.
Thank you. And then finally, we have our thesis. Thesis is the star of the show. The thesis is the one that walks in front of the other two and starts singing. It's very important. That's what your professors look for in your intro. And according to some people, some professors, they stop reading after the thesis if it's not good. So if you're wondering why you're getting F's, D's, C's, that's because if your beginning paragraph isn't even good enough for them to read, they're not going to read it.
There you go.
So
a lot, I'd have to say to that, that has a lot to do with when you are in the movie theater and you see a particular trailer. Look at that is the same thing. If you cannot compel me to really want to sit down and watch this or ask about when that's coming out or whatever, you failed.
So I just remember, it needs to be enticing. It needs to be big. It needs to be Beyonce.
There you go.
It needs to be huge, all over the place. Not all over the place, but very in your face. It makes you want to read and move to the next paragraph.
Okay.
Then next, we have our body paragraphs.
Body paragraphs.
Yes, and I'm going to start this off with saying it depends on your essay how many body paragraphs you're writing. Majority of your professors are going to say, hey, I want 3 to 4 pages. I want a 2,000 word count or whatever. That does not mean you need to write 5 million body paragraphs. It does not mean you need to write 1 or 2 body paragraphs and make them super long. It depends on the topic of your essay.
Okay.
I'll say that right now. Each topic or each body paragraph, I'm going to read off this, needs a topic sentence, supporting evidence, and then you need to analyze the evidence so we know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about, and you put it in your own words, essentially. And then you need your conclusion sentence to sum up what you just wrote in that paragraph.
Okay, so we're going to go with the basic 3 body paragraph scenario here.
Yes.
Now, to get an idea of how that could be broken down, let's think of something. I don't know, say Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We can use that as an example.
Okay.
So that has to be one of the longest halftime shows. Very thought out, very
Impactful, powerful.
Yes, especially in this economy. But I'm just going to say there are at least a good 5 things on the top of my head you can write using body paragraphs. You have themes, you have symbolism, you have...
Lyricism.
Yes, that too. Literally just sit down and break that 12 to 15 minute video down and you have a very impactful essay on your hands.
Are you telling me that I could have a whole body paragraph on Samuel Jackson alone?
Yes, you can. His character says at least every 3 minutes something that you can include as evidence. You have scored keeper, deduct 1 life.
Very true.
Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. I mean, that's enough for you to write and analyze. And then you also, what else did he say in that?
Goodness gracious. Dun. Play the game. You have to play the game.
He said, Mr. Lamar, do you know how to play the game?
You know how to play the game.
Exactly.
And of course, he's speaking about the game of racism and how to survive here in American culture as a black man or a black woman. Yeah.
See, you got 1 impactful essay on your hands. Moving on to the symbolism. What else you got there?
Okay.
Oh, here you go.
Now, if we're talking about visual, goodness gracious, it started out with a video game console.
Controller.
There
you go.
Y'all do that stuff. Therefore, that accentuated or emphasized what Samuel Jackson was saying as far as this is a game. This is a game. Also, a lot of people don't recognize that when he was going down with the basketball courts on both sides or whatever, it was supposed to look like a prison yard, right? Lockdown, which of course you got into that even further with the the blue, white, and red jumpsuits, which when they came together was the American flag, and he was in the middle of it, defiant in his own stance, which leads to that particular instance in World War II when there was a Nazi parade celebrating the recent victories, and Hitler was overhead and something watching them all march in, and there was one particular Nazi soldier who refused to salute because he didn't want to do this anyway. So he was like this just the way Kendrick Lamar was. Eventually he found out who he was and he paid a terrible price for it, but this is Kendrick Lamar saying, I am critiquing the direction that the country is going in right now. I'm not feeling this.
So with that 1 body paragraph, you have at least 2 supporting evidence and 2 ways you can explain it. That gets you your A right there.
And then we didn't even get into lyricism.
There you go.
Where he's talking about 40 acres and a mule, which of course was what African Americans were promised when we were freed from slavery, but never got et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly. So there you go. You got 3 body paragraphs. We definitely just wrote a paper for somebody just now. So,
Yes, you're welcome.
yeah, so professors look out for that. But there you go. You got 3 body paragraphs. That's enough for at least the topic we just went about.
Absolutely.
And then moving on, you have one of another stars of the show, conclusion.
Huh.
Now, quick disclaimer about this. A lot of students I've had, not students, but people I've helped, and also students in the elementary school, they really do have a panic attack. They freak out when it comes to the conclusion because they don't know what to say. You just got done writing, 4 paragraphs and you're just tired. You don't want to write anymore. The easiest way to do it is what I tell everybody is look back at every single one of your paragraphs and sum it up in 1 sentence, which should be easy if each body paragraph has a subtopic to the main topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also the beginning sentence of your conclusion, you need to refer back to your thesis.
There,
That's
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, I saw you were itching for it.
There you go.
That.
A lot of people, well, I was told all I have to do is repeat everything I said in the introduction.
Yeah.
Yes, but you want to move it a little bit forward,
Yeah.
right? At the very least.
And also, do not, and I repeat, do not write a conclusion with 2 to 3 sentences. I always tell you, it's not a quick summary. That's not what a conclusion is. It is the beautiful bow on top of the present that is your essay. So you think if your professor stopped at your body paragraph and be like, oh, it's just a conclusion, who cares? No, they're reading that too. They're definitely reading that too.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, just end with a strong closing end. And then I put another triangle up there because in the intro it was an upside down triangle to help you understand, which I'd say definitely use because a lot of people do struggle with how to do a conclusion, which is okay.
Yeah. Part of the process.
Yeah. And then lastly, we have tips for creating an effective outline. You have any tips?
Ooh, I would say, and this is something I tell students across the board, it could be creative writing class, it could be a composition class, stream of consciousness. And what that means is, me personally, I will go to my computer and then cut off the screen and type. And what that means is whatever idea that comes to me, I have to keep typing because I can't go back and change it, right? So I have to flow with whatever comes to mind. You do that for a good 5 minutes and then you cut on, it'll look like a hot mess, I promise you that. But afterwards, you start pulling out the pieces that you can use, right? What happens a lot of times is our inner critic is so rampant in the beginning that every sentence you put down, if it's not perfect, you erase and you erase and you erase. And you could be at your computer for 3 hours and have nothing on the screen because of that, right? That particular practice has been invaluable to me in order to really get to the ideas that I need to get to develop an outline.
Yes, I also agree. I would say when I first started taking writing seriously, which was my 2nd year in college, actually, funny enough, when I actually started sitting down and writing, my brain was on fire. I would get as much as I can out, and then I just walk away, leave it for a day, go to the walk to the Outlook, the nice river, and just sit, process, take a break, come back. Okay, yeah, no, I definitely made a lot of errors in this, so let me look back. Read your paragraph or your essay once you're done with it, and I mean through every step. I mean outline, you have rough draft, and your final draft. Don't go blind reading or with writing your paper, please.
Absolutely.
That and use your evidence, as I put up here, use your evidence effectively. Very effectively. It is one of the main points. That's how I know what you mean. Don't forget to quote anything, because then it's plagiarism, and we'll get into that in a couple weeks again.
Very much so. Very much so. Let me also say that if you have been paying attention with the concerns over AI, the biggest concern is it's going to wreck people's ability to do any critical thinking, right?
And it has.
Yeah, already. So I would say, honestly, doing an outline is one of the best instruments to develop critical thinking. It gives you logical steps in how to look at the different nuances of any particular subtopic, how it aligns with your argument is critical.
And then I'm going to sum this all up here because I have a little slide for it, is practice outlining to improve your writing. I think most people really just see the work and they don't want to do it. But once you put your mind to it, you can make amazing work. You can make an amazing paper that can lead to maybe an amazing article or amazing book. Who knows? But if you go using AI and robots to do it, you'll never know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Plus, teachers and professors can definitely tell when you use AI. I know I'm just a tutor, but yeah, everybody knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do not want to be a pair of walking legs to transmit a phone. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, right. So, with that being said, this is Dr. William Hobbs and
Miss Eden Lampkin.
yes, of the Virginia State University Writing Center, just giving you more tips on how to be a better writer. And with that, see ya, Hail State.
Bye.
Wow, is that the change?